how's it going? Welcome back to this channel. If you're new here, my name is Maggie. Today I'm going to go ahead and show you a quick little update on my Albo Monstera. I have two Albo Monstera cuttings and I wish I could actually tell you exactly when I got these. I'm going to try to look back when I got these as cuttings and then put it on the screen so you guys could see the progress. So this one right here is the first one that I got, and I got this from a girl named Elvie. She actually has a Instagram, and yeah, I just knew that she has a bunch of Albo Monsteras, and I was talking to her one time and she actually sells them, so that's where I got this one right here. And I am rooting it in Perlite currently, and I haven't checked on this in quite some time. If you guys follow me on my Instagram, which is Rooted in Plants, and you go on my highlights, you'll be able to see the progress of this single leaf. And I have it taped up with some masking tape just to kind of hold in the humidity and moisture. And I also have this in my greenhouse, but this is the very first one that I'm going to go ahead and share with you guys. I believe I've had this one so far over a month, maybe close to 2 months, something like that. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and pull it out. I also want to show you guys, when I do perlite, I make sure that there's this like condensation. Not sure if you guys could kind of see that, but I always make sure that there's condensation, and then I know that the process is actually working, and the roots could kind of like stretch their way to like little water particles. Alright, ooh, it's tight in there. So that means there must be new roots. Just gonna spill it in here. Ooh, that looks good. All right, you guys ready to see? Oh, okay, this is a lot of progress since last time. Okay, let's check on that one. All right. Okay, that one's hard. For a second, this one right here looked like it might have been rotting or getting a little bit mushy, but it's not. So it looks like this. So it looks pretty good. Definitely a lot of progress since the last time I checked on it. Today is, I believe, the 5th Tuesday of May. Last time I checked on it was the 24th of April. So it's actually been quite some time since I actually added any water or misted it or anything like that. But once again, this is how it currently looks. Look at those cute little roots. They look so good and so fresh. So I'm going to go ahead and keep this one out because I'm going to go ahead and take a little progress picture. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and do a little progress picture right now. I'll be right back. All right. So I am back. I just did a little update for Instagram. So like I said, if you guys go on my highlights, you'll be able to see how this has progressed over some time. And this has quite substantial amount of roots. So I'm actually going to go ahead and just leave it out and see what I think about potting this guy up. I'll think about it. But thus far it's looking pretty good. I'm sure it's gonna be quite some time before I actually see a new leaf in that one, but I'll be patient. Alright, so this next one right here is this beautiful Monstera cutting. It has 3 leaves, and I got this, maybe 3 weeks ago or something like that. And it actually, oh wow, ooh, that root looks amazing. Oh my gosh, that root looks so good. That root was not there. That looks so good. Okay, anyways, I'm getting too excited. But when I originally got this plant, it was a rooted plant. It came with rots. So I had to start the process all over, and I had to chop it into 2 pieces. The other one had more substantial rots, and so basically that's just not surviving. It hasn't produced any new roots whatsoever, so it's just outside chilling. If it decides to root, great. If it doesn't, it's just going to be a toss. But this is the next one. It did also come with a bit of browning. So it is what it is, you know, and this one's still curled the way it came to me as well. Not sure if you guys could kind of see that. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and check on this. Over the course of the 3 weeks that I've had it, I checked on it. After I put it in this perlite, I checked on it and it ended up having a fungus larva in here, which is basically like a white translucent worm. And I panicked. I wasn't sure if that was it for this cutting, but I cleaned it up. I put some neem oil on it, and yeah, then 3 days later I checked and I didn't see any further gnat larvae. And then I checked on it one other time. So I think I checked on it twice since I put it in this perlite, or 3 times. So I checked once, it had the fungus larva, then checked another time to make sure it's okay, it was, and then I checked another time and it started having cute new little roots, and it was like so tiny, and now it has grown so much. I'm so excited. Alright, you guys ready? Oh, first I have to show you guys this. Look how cool. See that root right there? Oh, that was not there when I last time checked. I didn't do updates on this one for my Instagram, so I don't have anything in my highlights for this one, but it looks so good. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull this one out. Looks so good. Okay, obviously I'm a little more excited about this one because it's obviously a bigger specimen, but holy cow. So I gotta show you guys this up close, but this right here, I seen a little like it kind of looked like a little pimple or whatever, like a new little bud right there, and I wasn't sure whether it was gonna be a leaf or a aerial roots or just a roots. Well, sure enough, now I see that all this was produced in, I don't know, a week or so, which is insane. So now I could tell that it's actually a roots, and it's nice and white, but looks so good. And then we have some more roots right there. As you guys could kind of see, they're kind of holding on to the perlite, which is completely fine by me. And then we have some more roots right there as well. This looks so good. And then eventually we're gonna get a new leaf coming in right there as well, but I suspect that's going to be quite some time before that actually happens. But I am so happy about both of these. Obviously these roots need a little bit, need to be further developed, and just I'm going to continue to hold it in this propagation of perlites since it is a little bit bigger of a specimen. But I think ultimately I am going to go ahead and then pop them up together. And I also want to show you guys, so when I put this rooting or this cutting back into my mason jar, I just leave a little bit perlite like that, and I usually use a mister, or I use this little squeezing bottle, and in here I have a drop of Super Thrive, and then I have some filtered osmosis water. Yeah, my plants get fancy water. And then so I just put it in this, and then I usually go over the aerial root and the roots, and I suspect that is exactly why, because of this Super Thrive, that this has helped my elbows kind of get better. So right now I'm just putting it a little bit on the roots. That looks so good. Okay, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and pop it back in here. I should probably bring you guys closer down, but it's really simple. I put it back into the mason jar, and then I'm gonna go ahead and fill it with the perlites. All right, so I have put the perlite back into the mason jar, and typically I leave the perlite kind of like 3/4 high, but because of the new root that just shot out, the big really thick one, that I wasn't sure whether it was going to be a leaf or a root, I kind of want to cover it up, so therefore I kind of filled it up more so than I typically would. And so yeah, and then compared to like the first mason jar that I showed you guys, now that I replenished the perlite and pulled it out, there's not that much condensation, barely any at all. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take my diluted Super Thrive with my water, and I'm just going to go ahead and then squirt it on the outside diameter of the mason jar, if that makes sense. So just like that, and then I just watch it kind of go ahead and trickle down. And I never have too much water in here. So whether I'm squirting water or whether I'm misting water, I always make sure that there's enough water for the roots to reach out, but not so much water where it's sitting on the bottom. So perlite is very similar to leca, even though I have no experience with leca, but it's quite similar, I would say. And the first time I actually started using perlite was with this smaller elbow that I first shown you guys. And ever since then, and I had that elbow way sooner than this one right here. And yeah, since that was already rooting for me, I decided that when this one came in bad condition, that I was going to use the same method. And I'm glad that I did, because, you know, it's really working for me. So the next, what I'm going to go ahead and do, and I'm just going to go ahead and take my masking tape and then mask the top of it so it kind of holds in the moisture, the humidity, and then put it back into my greenhouse. And I don't have a humidifier or anything like that in my greenhouse. I have it next to a south window, and I believe the humidity is relatively around 80 degrees or 80% humidity. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope that this continues to thrive and produce new roots, because although it is producing new roots for me now, I just never know when it's just going to basically like stop, or it could still go spiral downwards. We never know, right? That goes for both of these cuttings right here. But yeah, that is the video for today. I just really wanted to go ahead and share with you guys these cuttings, updates on them, and just basically how I use a perlite, Super Thrive, and water with a mason jar to basically propagate my cuttings. I have done this now also with my philodendron Barantianum, which has worked great, and my hoyas. But yeah, I mean, if you guys have any further questions or anything, you can go ahead and just leave it in the comments. This video is probably going to be a little bit longer than my typical because I am rambling quite a bit. Alright, if you guys got this far, go ahead and leave a comment with a smiley emoji. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys!